Hi guys, welcome to this session in Microsoft Project. In this module, I want to show you how you can create your own custom view and have that start up when you open up Microsoft Project. So what I'm talking about is changing the table side of a view, adding columns that you want to see, and changing the actual Gantt chart formatting so that when you open Project, all that formatting and all those extra columns, whatever you've changed, appear by default. So on the screen, I have a blank Gantt chart, and I'm going to add some things to it to make it different. So I'll add, for example, percentage complete. I want that one in there. And I want to do a few custom fields. So I'm just going to right click, go into custom fields, and I'll do a lookup first. So text one, I'll rename as manager, and I'll just add a couple of people. So these are not resources. These are just people that you need to ring up if there's an issue with a particular phase of a project. So Mr. Green and Mrs. Black. Let's just use those two. Put the telephone number next to her, 222, and put that one in that column just to show you the difference, 111. So that's that. Close this box, click OK, insert that column, type T for text, manager comes in, little drop down there with those two people on it. So that's the first thing. What I want to do also is do a formula option, if I can get myself back into that formula option, where I can check. So I'll do it for text 2, where I can check, rename that as budget status, so where I can check whether we are okay in terms of baseline against actual. So the function I want is the immediate if, this one, IIF. Get rid of all the bits and bobs in between brackets and then put my stuff in there. So you first of all need the test. The test in this case is going to be not from function, from fields, cost field. If actual cost is greater than baseline cost, just the first baseline cost, if that's true, comma, we are over budget. If it's not true, we are within budget, like that. Okay, click OK, OK, typo, well done there, miss the quotes off the back. OK, OK, insert that column, so that's text 2, insert column. I could have just clicked that button, but never mind. Text 2, budget status, comes in within budget on this first one that I've just typed in there. Now I want that not to be saying within budget, I want that showing as a graphical indicator, so let's just do that one. So to do graphical indicators, you're down the bottom here and you're selecting equals from this left hand side, so do 2 equals. So if it's within budget, it's a green smiley face, which is right down the bottom, or you can just have a green thing at the top, green. And if it's over budget, it is a red sad face, which is also down the bottom of this list. Sad teddy bear face, okay, okay, gets a green face. Can't check the red face yet because I've not saved a baseline and we're not really doing that. So that bit works. I'm happy with these things. I'll just get rid of this. Before I get rid of that, actually, I want to change the labels. So labels on the actual Gantt chart side of it, I want that to be the task name. So task name there. On the summary, I want also to show the task name. So click into their task name. And on the project summary, if I do a project summary, I also want that already to have the task name, so I don't have to keep doing this manually all the time. So once you've got the thing set up how you like it, you have to do a couple of things that bring that back across. So we need to save the view. So I'm going to go to other views, save the view. I'll call this view Steve. Okay, save the view, and we need to save the table part of that view. So save the fields, call that Steve. So that table's called Steve. Now what I need to do is get into the organizer. So it's more tables or more views, whichever way. Get into organizer, and I need to make that table is copied into the global template, which it is, and that view, Steve, is also copied across like so. Steve, so they're both copied across. So once you've copied the view and the table across, you also need to copy the fields across into the global template, otherwise these won't appear correctly. So copying each of these, let's select them both, and then copy those across so they're in the global template as well. So just to recap, table needs to go in there, so table is in there, and the view Steve is also in there, and so are the fields that we did. So hopefully now if we change the default to that table, to that view, close that down, just come out of this. To do that, you go into File Options. In File Options, there's the default Gantt chart view, but you should be able to find the view that you just created in there, Steve, that one. So that is now going to be the default going forward. If I click OK to that, so I'll get rid of this for a minute. Let's Control W that, not saving it. And there you can see your new default Gantt with managed responsible. Your little list is there. Budget status is not showing because I haven't got a task. If I put a task in there, task A, it's already showing. It's labeled up how I want it. If I do task B and just indent that one because I want to see the summary task, I'll go back to task and then indent that. I'll get the name on the task A as well. So whatever formatting you want to do on your Gantt chart, you do that, you save the view, you create the, not save the view, create the table you want, and then you save the view. You make sure you copy everything into the global template, including any customized fields that you make, and then you check it before you activate it. So that means selecting the view, deselecting the view, reselecting the view to make sure it appears how you expect it to. Close project down, see if the view still works, and check. If it doesn't, do it again, make sure you copy the right table across and that everything works okay. And once you've got that correct, put it into the options and then it should open up like this. So that's a quick video on how you can change the default Gantt view, having customized it with custom fields and change the formats on the Gantt chart itself. So hopefully that video was of use. Thank you for your time. I'll catch you in the next one.